Hi everyone, it's me, Little Bird. Welcome back. I'm speaking about my soulmate, Robert Hagerman. Robert Hagerman was put in my life to show me a few different things. You know, he's put in my life to show me that when we gift our love to somebody, we never take it back. We never take it back. You know, when Rob was 14 and then when he was 20 or 25 and we met again. You know, it was that same love that he had held on to all of that time. And then now it was a new friendship type of love and a romantic love that he had for me, that he gifted me all of this love. Right? In 2016, Rob had, after I had announced my engagement, Rob contacted me and he congratulated me. He told me that he hasn't seen me look as happy as I do now. He didn't see that sparkle in my eye since we were together. And it's true. There was, like, yes, I was in love with Hussein, but it wasn't the same because I didn't have a physical connection to him. I had a spiritual connection to him. I had an emotional connection to him, but I didn't have that physical connection to him, right? And with these men, I had the mental, the emotional, the physical, and I was spiritual, right? So it was more intense. And, you know, he showed me that true love never dies. He asked me to forgive him. And I told him, I forgave you a long time ago. I don't hold grudges. I don't hold on to guilt or pain or sorrow. And I told him that, you know, I raised my voice and I charged you. We got through and we got past that guilt. And Rob had told me that he had seen my pictures from when I was engaged to Hussein, and he said, yeah, you looked happy, but it was more like a happiness that, wow, I'm like halfway across the world. It wasn't like love. I seen that love in your eyes. And he's like, and then I seen it again. And he's like, that's why I'm congratulating you. And I hope this one doesn't fuck up like I did. God places people in our life to show us things. People speak to us and tell us things about themselves so that we understand life a little bit more. It's our spirits that are speaking. Right? And when Rob and I we realized at that moment that we had known each other in the past. And he was telling me about his dream. You know, Rob was significant in my life so that Creator could show me the spirit soul connection and that path, through my own experiences. Like, there are some things that I've seen and I couldn't explain how I had seen it, and then all of it, like last year, and I am having these like wicked deja vus. But I'm somewhere. And where I am standing, it's like I've stood there before, but I can see something else. It's not happened yet, but it was just a reminder that this happened. I showed you this. Oh, this was that place that you had dreamt about when you were a teenager. My meeting my husband was it was a dream. Like getting those names. This is all real stuff, and it's actually our life. It doesn't matter if we are Aboriginal or African or white or Chinese. We all have the same life cycle, spirit cycle. Rob came from, he's a white guy. Your average family, like the mom and dad have, have their children. They don't have they just have normal problems. The children aren't running away from dysfunction, and it's a structured environment that he grew up in, a loving environment that he grew up in. And Rob had searched for somebody that he would marry. We all do. We all search for that person that is going to join our family, that's going to give us those babies. And it didn't make any sense how come these 4 loves of my life were so powerful love, and then it just bang, an explosive end that hurt for a long time. You see, Rob came from a functional family, a structured family. Brian had come from a dysfunctional family, a family that was separated. He was separated from his father at birth, and there was alcoholism in there, and he witnessed family violence, and he had a lot of cruelty towards him as a child. So for him to come unglued, where he would lash out at me, that still didn't make any sense. Like, why he had so much composure towards everybody and anything, and then it was the only person that he loved that he would lash out and try to beat up. When he watched his mother and he tried to protect his mother. Those are characters that we have within ourselves, that we continue to have with us for the remainder of our life. That personality that we are exhibiting in that moment is not something that we carry with us for the rest of our lives. That's personality. And how these two men who adored me could be the only two men that would want to hurt me so bad after making me feel so loved. You know, marriage is not something that it's not like sex. We don't just give it away. No, today we give sex away just like nothing. But marriage is a commitment. And it's that one thing that men just don't go into lightly. I know those two men didn't. I was together with those two men, Rob and Brian, for over 3 years before we got married. I was with them for 3 years before they realized that they couldn't live their life without me. That they wanted me to be their wife. They wanted me to carry their last name. When we make mistakes, it's just like falling down. It's no problem. But when we are misguided by the spirits, it really changes the course of our life. It alters our destiny. And Creator wouldn't allow that to happen. You know, each time that curses were used to pull me off track, they pulled me off track. They pulled me off track many, many times. But Creator always placed me right back on that road. Rob was also supposed to show me that sometimes when we blame Creator, we're blaming Him for something that we interpreted as reality when it wasn't. Because like the way that we are told about hell, hellfire, and blah blah blah. Rob didn't believe in Creator because he seen himself as a man. So he knew that this was around the age that he was when he was in that dream. Like it was like a vision. He had seen himself as a man and there was fire all around. But he said it was weird because I tried to jump up and I'm like trying to put the flames off. And, you know, I never felt any heat. I didn't feel heat. And so maybe hell isn't that bad, you know, because I didn't feel torture. I didn't feel tormented. It's because he died in a house fire. and he didn't go to hell.